Thanks for joining us, Sandy. We're good. Okay, we're gonna start with Alex Simon from the Next, followed by Jeff Metcalf.
Hi, Sandy. I was wondering, where do you feel like you guys are at defensively so far this season? It seems like you guys can put those little spurts together, and especially where you can kind of, get on the runs offensively through your defense stepping up, but kind of on the whole, how do you kind of assess where you are defensively right now?
Yeah, look, I'd say we're, good, but we're not great. And I say that there's been times where I say that we can be really good, but look, we're not a team that gets in a lot of passing lanes, and we just try and play really team defense and try and execute the scout with what we want. Some days have been really happy and within a game, but I don't think we've stringed 40 minutes together. And that's including blocking out. We've had some issues with blocking out, the first game in LA in particular, and there's other games that I can remember as well. But, when we're locked in and playing hard and making every possession count, we're a really good defensive team because we've got a big post player at the back, and for the most part, we've rebounded better than past seasons, but we just got to make sure, attention to detail and executing it more personnel, how to defend them one-on-one. But, I think we're good, but we need to be great if we want to win.
And I guess in bringing Diana back, she's obviously considered a world-class scorer and what she can bring on the offensive end, but I would imagine she brings quite a bit for you defensively, even just in her communication. What will bring her back into the fold kind of help on the defensive end in particular?
Yeah, look, obviously, Diana's one of the smartest players ever to play the game. And, you talk about, she's the best scorer ever in this league. Well, there's so many more facets to her game, and just her leadership, her passing ability. But yeah, defensively, she's not, she knows how to execute the scout. She understands player personnel. She talks out there. I mean, that's a big part of being a good defensive team, is making sure you have great talk, that you can trust each other behind the ball as well too. And Diana brings that. So, we're hopeful that she can play, and we're still trying to evaluate her and bring her back and making sure that she feels okay. So final decision on whether she can go on Sunday. We're hopeful, but, we'll see.
Next up is Jeff Metcalf with the Arizona Republic, followed by Danny Thompson.
I was just kind of curious what your thoughts were on the play at the end of the game, of the Suns game last night, just the execution to, as a coach, to set up that play and then see your players go out and make that happen, that alley-oop play. What were you thinking when you saw that?
Oh, I wrote it down, quite honest. I'm going to steal plays. That was great. But look, it happens because you've got a really great passer. Obviously that was amazing pass to make that. That was just pinpoint. And you've got a superstar that set a great screen, and it was run for someone else. And he was going to be the secondary option, obviously, coming out. They both went for DA, but just precision pass and just execution. That was a crazy game, hell of a finish. So really happy for Monty and the team.
When you think of end of game plays like that, like you said, you wrote it down, but what makes, like, even for you, what makes a play that you go, this is something that we need to have in our portfolio, to pull out for a situation like this?
Yeah, we actually have a play like that. Ours is a little bit flatter. You would have seen it a few games ago, but it was in game where Breezy got a lob play on a back screen, and she, with a 1 second to go. So very similar. Theirs is a little bit higher, but really what it takes is that you need a great passer. Sometimes plays don't work because you don't have the right passer there. But yeah, it's something everyone has in their back pocket, because you just never know. And last night, Monty, he's seen a play, remembered it, and they executed it perfectly.
Do you have any other questions, Jeff? Oops. Okay, next up, we're going to go with Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion.
Sandy, Danny Thompson with a 3-point conversion. Great to see you as always. You mentioned you were watching the game last night. Since you've had a few days off, are you enjoying a lot of the other games that are going on not just in the WNBA, but the NBA and other qualifying tournaments as well?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, there's Eurobasket and women. I haven't watched the games live other than a little bit, but just following the scores. I know there's quarterfinal games today, and obviously with the Olympics coming up, some of those are our opponents. But look, for now, I don't have much time. I spend a lot of time on the Mercury and watching our opponents, but I do enjoy watching the NBA finals. I don't think there's anything better than that. And obviously the standard of play that we have, I mean, games going to game 7. I mean, that's really exciting, but I love watching my sons, play. I mean, just their chemistry, and it shows a lot. It's just getting the right team together. I think they're really well balanced. They've got a great coach, and they've got great coaches around it. And, and James has done a good job of putting the right people together. But they go out and they have great chemistry and they have fun. I think that a lot of teams can learn that from that. And, that's what we're all trying to get to, your right pieces and right chemistry, but enjoy the process. And they certainly do. And, other people are stepping up. You saw Cameron Payne last night. That's good when you have a really well-balanced team. And even though Book had a 20-point game, which is still pretty good, others could step up.
And back to the on-court side of things for the Mercury, the last 2 years have been kind of up and down road. There have been moments where the team plays outstanding, and there's moments like we've had the loser streak the last couple of games. As you've had these days off, what have you learned about this team about how to get the consistency going as you get into the Olympic break? Because I think there's 7 or 8 games left before you go to get prepared for Tokyo. How do you stress the idea of consistency with the team?
Well, it really felt like training camp, really, the last 3 days. We went back and we really broke down some things. We've done a lot more shell. We focused a lot on our defense and just the 1%ers in our offensive execution. It helps having Diana Taurasi back on the floor. I mean, quite honest. You always want your best team on the floor, but, we started off well when she was injured, and then we kind of struggled. And we struggled scoring. And we've got a lot of scorers out here, but, we've been struggling with putting the ball in the hole. So, I think our defense needs to create our offense a little bit more. We need to get out and run in transition. And, adding a player like Diana back, I mean, that certainly helps us. But, she still hasn't played for a long time. So we've got to, bring her back. But, we need to get Kia Nurse going, Kia Vaughn going as well, too, because to be successful in this league, and we're always best when we have 4 or more players in double figures. And if we can get to that, I think that we can compete with anyone. But we need to have some more consistency in the way that we play at both ends of the floor.
I think that's going to be it. Thanks for the time, Sandy.
Thanks, guys.